All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Salty Blowie. And we are officially at the quarter mark 25.
Whoop whoop.
What are you, a juggalo?
Oh, what?
A juggalo?
What's that?
That's their call. Whoop. I think it's whoop whoop.
Is it really?
I think so.
Do you even know? You probably
I'm pretty.
don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure it is whoop whoop. I think the cat took a shit. God
As
damn
long
it.
as it wasn't you. Couldn't tell.
I would never smell like that, and it wouldn't be right under our noses.
Like a sneeze.
Oh.
Ew. What does it mean if it looks like that?
What? Oh, it's just cold. It's oxidized. Yeah,
Chocolate is weird color.
it's
Are
fine.
you sure?
Yes.
Oh. Well, I don't know. It's from the Dollar Tree. Make sure it's not bad.
Yeah, well, we probably ate Dollar Tree Japanese candy 2 weeks ago, and we're fine. So,
Well, it's questionable for you.
yeah.
If I make a weird face because my contact is jacked, it's a brand new contact.
New company or just for some
No, it's
reason
same
this
ones
one?
I always get. Well, I ordered from a different company because ours was closed because of COVID, but
Oh,
it's a new contact, but I feel like it's like cut wrong or something because it's not sitting in my eye
Ouch.
right. The other one's fine. Like I don't want to have to change it and put another brand new contact in, but I can't figure out what's wrong with it.
does
So-
it itch or just blur your vision?
No, it's like
Just itchy.
like rubbing on my eye. This feels weird. It just won't sit nice. So I probably should have changed it before I started because I'm probably gonna be
She's gonna be winking every
making
5
weird
seconds.
faces and poking my eye, and I haven't eaten anything yet, so I made my chai. This is like how many months in now? I have not had
It's-
Starbucks at all.
Probably
and
since COVID started.
yeah, I think when COVID started, I decided, well, I'm not working, so chai is I was working from home, which was I didn't expect to be doing so well with that, but I was like, Starbucks is my daily treat. Literally, 'cause my drink is so high maintenance. It's like almost a $5 drink. So I was loading my app like every other day, and I was like, no, I'm gonna make my chai at home. So I get the little can of powdered chai, and it lasts me a week, and I pay $2.99 for the can, and I'm good. But I have not gone. I've had a couple girls that let's go to Starbucks. I'm like, no, I'll bring mine because I'm afraid once I taste again and remember how good it is that I will be like, maybe just once a week. So
That is a good balance to have, though. If you can, like, since you've created a good habit doing this, like treating yourself with a good one, I think your head is in the right place now where you know the
yeah, and the thing
benefits
is, I
of it.
actually have Starbucks gift cards, so I wouldn't even actually be spending any money
Yeah.
right away to treat myself. I think I have enough to probably treat myself a few times before I have to actually buy a Starbucks. So
There was a point I had my sleep and waking up. It was such a busy week, and my sleep was horrible. Starbucks did sound good.
did you stop and get it?
No,
Mm.
At one point, I wouldn't have stopped and gotten it and not gotten you anything, even though you've been good.
Well, I figured you meant like in the morning, like
no.
when it's dark out, so not sleeping.
But yeah, usually, especially every Sunday, because we don't really do anything. I stop after the grocery store and usually get her order every Sunday, and she's been good. Hasn't been makes
I just see
that
my top
all the time.
Charlie and Ray that you picked.
I picked that top out.
I did, but she even gave me the bralette. She goes, he liked the whole look, so you have to have the bralette too. So Charlie and Ray, my clothes. He follows Heidi too because it's her personal account as well, and they're friends. And he tagged me in a post of one of her outfits she posted for sale. And I was like, he's like, I never tag you in clothes posts just because you sell clothes. He goes, but I really liked how that looked. So I was like, well, if he says he likes it, I need it. And then when I saw her for her tanning appointment, she brought the whole piece. I didn't want the bralette because I have plenty of these and I was going to use a different color. But she goes, no, he liked it all. So here's the whole thing. So
Well, even before she started selling clothes, I don't know if it was a worldwide or a nationwide thing, but that we used to have a store called what was the store? We were just talking about it.
Styles,
Styles.
my favorite store.
And even I would go in there. Obviously, we had crews, and I'd pick out things that I liked, whether it be a sweater or something that
It's
just
funny.
stood out.
Want it?
No,
I
don't
want
say everything tastes funny to you though if it looks weird.
It does.
So, yeah, looks good. Anyways, had a big week. Had a graduation of our oldest. If you want to get into there was a lot of planning, a lot of that went in. If you want to get into that,
Oh yeah,
and
so
all the
try to keep it
details.
brief because we know how I can ramble. So oldest son, senior high school, obviously such a cool year to graduate. class of 2020. I mean, like, that's such a... Do you ever see the meme where they said Barbara Walters should be the announcer for graduations? This is 2020.
Yes.
But anyway, obviously, you know, it was so in the air. You know, I never thought that my, you know, firstborn's graduation was going to be not your traditional ceremony. You know, I definitely had been looking forward to that for quite some time, like proud mom moment, like, heck yeah, kids graduating. So they had no idea what what's the cat doing?
Doing something behind me. Are you laughing because of my hair flip or because of the cat annoying me?
I know. Did you use my new brush I bought?
No. So before, okay, she buys a brush. She's like, I got us a new brush.
Us. I have.
Like
When
she
I
says
buy hair
us.
products,
I'm like,
it's for
first
us
of all,
now.
tell me that you got something for us. Secondly, I left it on the counter for you. Like I'm supposed to
he
know.
uses my comb. We use
comb.
the same hair stuff.
No, we do not. You bought me
You
a
buy
leave-in
the
conditioner
detailer.
No, you bought me a leave-in conditioner. She's like, this
So
is
when
for
I
you.
buy hair
Use it.
products and you hair tools, I think of both of us. So I hadn't bought a new brush in a while. So actually, I liked it. See, freshly washed hair came out nice and smooth today. Clearly, you did not use it.
Back to the fucking story.
He's got dreads today.
Yeah, I like my ocean look. Fuck up.
He's a mermaid.
No, that's not what I was
Merking.
thinking of when I was
Like
talking
a
about
Viking,
ocean
but a
look.
mermaid, you're a merking.
I'll edit that out.
No, he won't.
I won't, but I
He's
could.
a merking, like King Triton. Do you know what that's from?
Ariel,
That's not what it's called.
Little Mermaid. Jesus Christ.
So anyway, so they didn't really know, there was no idea what we were going to do for graduation because nobody knew when we went on the shelter in place how long this was going to be. I mean, I think a lot of people, myself included, thought, it's going to be a couple weeks, kind of a little break, then we'll all be back to life like normal. Well, obviously we know we're in California and we're the last to do anything right now. So school district, Tascadero Unified started planning. You know, they didn't tell us what they were doing. They're like, we're in the works. We're going to have some kind of ceremony. Ultimately, I was thinking it was going to be a virtual type of thing, log on to Zoom and wave to everybody and listen to his name be called, which just sounded terrible. But eventually they announced that they were doing a car parade. And I admit, I was one of those parents that was like, this stinks, you know, freaking car parade. And then there was a lot of rules involved. Like you couldn't do this, you couldn't do that. And so we have a big family between siblings and we are a split home. And so it was important to me that we're all together for this experience because, you know, we all want to be there to celebrate Trey. But then they were like, you know, no truck beds, no trailers. And when I was like, no truck beds, because that was my plan. Like, we're going to decorate the truck. We're all going to go in the bed. We're going to have signs, decorate, you know, it's super fun. Scott's going to drive. And they said no car beds, you know, or truck beds. And so ultimately, I didn't throw a stink. Like, I tried to keep my, you know, my cool. I'm not going to be, you have to really, really, really upset me or piss me off for me to, like, be a keyboard warrior. And I don't even know if I ever have, to be honest. But,
you can stress as much as you want, but I see you stress all the time, but I've never seen you be a keyboard warrior.
Yeah, no,
I've never seen you reach
been
that
like
level.
So I just made a comment like, bummer, you know, because there's a Facebook group for the graduating class, parents and seniors. You know, bummer that we can't do the truck beds, you know, I really was, you know, trying to start getting excited about this, trying to get my senior excited because he really just wants to, you know, postpone the whole graduation altogether. You know, but we're a large split home, you know, this was an opportunity for us to all be together. You know, I just kind of made put my voice out there, and then, you know, a lot of other families followed suit, including some seniors that just, you know, wanted to be heard as well. So the nice thing was they took it all into consideration and they did say, okay, we will allow you to ride in the beds of trucks. So that was nice. So that kind of made things a lot more exciting, you know, for the kids, you know, so that we were going to be able to do that. So as it got closer, you know, Scott bought all the decor for the truck. The kids and we all made signs. I got photos of Trey. We made all these signs and stuff. And the morning, we had to check in at 8:30 a.m. And it's a large class. I don't know how many kids you think there were about. It's a large class, though, for sure.
I don't know.
So big class. Check-in started at 8:30. So we had a whole parade route. It took a while just to get through the check-in process, you know, just, you know, one car at a time. Obviously, they're just checking, make sure there's no profanities and stuff. And so it started at 8:30. I would say around 10:30. So originally you needed to all be able to be in the side the vehicle, seat belts, and all that stuff. So we squeezed inside the truck. But then, after we did the check-in at about 10:30, I think we jumped in the back, and I kid you not, it was already 100 degrees by that point. It was like the hottest day yet. And so we're sitting in the back. There's no shade, and we're all complaining, especially my teenagers, especially the graduate and my teenage daughter, like just complaining, it's so hot. Cruz does not do well in heat. He melts, he just gets really, you could tell he gets lethargic. So he's just sitting there. He finally said, I want to go back in the truck with Daddy. So put him back in the truck. And then eventually we all ended up back in the truck where it was air conditioning up until the last probably 10 minutes when it was getting closer to Trey's turn. So ultimately it took about a 4-hour process from start to finish. And I have to say, and I even went on when I posted my photos and video and stuff, that I take it back. Like, I shouldn't have complained because it ended up being such a cool experience. Like, it's, graduation ceremonies, you're all sitting in the bleachers. It always seems to be hot and long, and you're cooling yourself off with your, your program for that 3 minutes of your kid or your whoever walking across stage. You hear their name, they shake hands with all the, the faculty, get their diploma.
Seconds.
Yeah, not even 3 minutes. And they walk off stage, and that's that. This allowed all the kids got to put in like something about themselves, what their plans are after school, and it was announced, live on YouTube. It was also streamed live on KJUG, which is our huge country station here in our area, 98.1 KJUG. And it really turned out to be such a personal experience. The families are riding with the kids. So yeah, it was all, plus it was so hot, we were able to be in air conditioning, so ultimately it was a super awesome experience. It's definitely something for the memories to look back on, remember, a lot of people are like, we should do this every year for graduation instead. I doubt that will happen. I guarantee we'll go back to the traditional, but for the kids to be able to look back and be like, telling their family someday, well, when I graduated, we were, in a pandemic and we had to graduate in the back of a truck, but to be able to share those videos, it's just kind of cool. And turned out to be a really positive thing, especially in the middle of the week of a really rough week as far as our country and world goes. So it was really nice to forget about all the negative stuff that's going on in the world and just focus on our teen and his graduation and just have, a lot of fun with that. So yeah, so I know all counties on all districts, actually all districts on counties are all doing things differently. And this week there's been one every week, it seems like, with our different school districts, but yeah, so ultimately cool experience. Even he said he enjoyed it, and he was, also on the same page as me, like, I just don't want to do it. He's doing it. I knew he was doing it mainly for his family. So, but yeah, so that was Wednesday, and super cool experience.
Yeah, I don't really have to put, you pretty much covered all the details. Night and day from a traditional graduation, but I think you
definitely
hit it
and
all.
The cool thing was, because the original ceremony was scheduled for that day as well, just obviously later in the day, thank goodness we were able to do it in the morning, and it was over by like the peak of the heat time, just because it would have been a long hot ceremony in the evening for sure, if it had been your traditional plan. So yeah, so overall great experience, definitely one to look back on for sure.
So it's so crazy that the whole graduation week, when it got up to 103 degrees on graduation day, and as you can tell right now, we have a skylight that's right above us. The cloud coverage and the light is probably changing all throughout this episode. From Wednesday to Friday, it dropped to 60 degrees and was raining on Friday.
Yeah,
the variance has just
electrical
been
storms in Santa Margarita or something.
Actually, the day Sean came home, or my brother Sean came home after graduation, on graduation day from SLO, he said that it was raining at the top of the grade.
Oh, that's right.
And when we went to go pick
still,
up,
though.
So crazy week. I heard that yesterday, the day before, there was like a 7.1 earthquake in LA.
There's like 5 down in the LA area.
Nobody's hearing about it because
5.5.
Even that's fucking huge.
Yeah. Did you say 7?
Yeah, one of my clients was telling me that
7?
LA had a 7.1.
No.
So
I don't think so.
I haven't checked the news.
That's huge.
That's fucking even a 5 is huge.
Unless it was like in the ocean.
So.
Because that would have caused some damage for sure. But
yeah.
I definitely saw the 5.5 down in the LA area, but there was like numerous earthquakes too, and I got creeped out because my ears were ringing earlier this week. I knew there's going to be earthquakes somewhere in the world. Of course, it's California. So that's just what we need, Why not?
And
May the odds be ever in our favor.
so just
It's just
at
some point, another.
At some point, it's gonna have to be a break from everything.
Yeah.
It's gonna be some turn right.
Well, it seems like every time we start to think like things are getting back to normal. Last week we started getting back to work, and then, bam, freaking, riots start, and it just and we're having protesting every day. It seems like there was doing it again. It's been every single day this week in one of our cities. So it's just a lot,
For the most part here, it's been pretty peaceful. So
in Atascadero.
Yeah.
Well, the protests actually in Atascadero or in Paso and Slow actually have been peaceful, and the San Luis Obispo actually helped coordinate one, and it was like 6,000 people in front of the courthouse the other day. I'm sure if anybody watches the news, they showed it. It was peaceful all around, which is awesome with that many people. I'm sure there was some negativity,
sure.
but nothing, no major things reported, so that's good.
I know.
But yeah, so cool deal.
Yeah, that was our chaotic week. It's
definitely chaotic.
Yeah, it'll start to pick up here even more now because yesterday the state gave the okay to start school, sports, gyms, and a couple other things.
Sports with no spectators.
So more guidelines are supposed to come. All the modifications are supposed to come by Friday, and it's a big step. We need to hear something. So
shitty thing though is so weird is that nail salons got like pushed to phase 4 or something, and I don't understand that at all. I have a few friends in the industry, and it's just sad for them. Just and I mean this is like for all around, but I mean salons are open. Like all the girls are in there doing hair. So nails, massage, and aesthetics, I believe, are not able to go back yet. And I'm like, but the bars are opening next week. And gyms are opening next week, but it's just weird, especially because all of those in the industry, in the beauty industry, have gone through, if they, to be licensed, they've gone through sanitation certifications and everything too. So the fact that they're still being pushed off, I'm like, what does he have against nail salons?
I saw someone put a comment earlier that said Gavin Newsom's racist towards Asians because they run most of the nail salons.
Maybe it's weird. So strange.
So bars that serve food can remain open, but they cancel AA meetings.
Yeah.
It's.
But hopefully by Friday they'll have more. Or if not sooner, because I keep reading next week, gyms, bars, sports, schools open next week. But then I saw that not until Friday was going to be the requirements for them to open. So who knows? I know everybody's anxious and ready. I know we're ready to hit the gym.
Thank God. I was just going to say, I miss the gym. It's
going to be brutal.
Oh, it's going to be so heavy. Even when we went to go pick up some of these weights, just carrying the 45-pound plates, I was like, oh my God, these feel like they're 70 pounds.
I'm excited to have a squat rack again, though, because I've been trying, the 45-pound barbells freaking weighs a ton right now. And so having to, clean it up and then put it on my back and then squat a little bit. And then by then I'm exhausted and trying to pop it back over my head and put it on the ground, in our house, because it's not like we have bumper pads in our area. We don't want to mess up the floor or anything, but yeah, I'm excited to have the gym by. But obviously we have our Peloton bike. So I told him also we can't, we're paying for that every month. So we have to make a point that we do our Peloton every day still and get our cardio done. And then, or at some point in the day, and then go, rude. And then go.
Cover my mouth.
Do our weights and our, machines and stuff, at the gym. There's no reason for us to have to do cardio at the gym unless we're doing like a circuit or something. Yeah. But
definitely took it for granted. I think I'm excited to find out which program I want to get started on and really go in there. Obviously, you're going to have to ease into it, sort of, because our bodies are going to be, don't want to hurt anything. But I'm definitely going to have a program that I want in place. I don't want to go in there and just kind of figure out what I want to do. I want to go in there full speed ahead and really figure it out.
Because I know if I don't go into with something, I'm going to be like
lollygagging for like a month before you know it.
And
while you're in.
If also the social aspects, so many of us at the gym haven't seen each other in a while, so it's going to be like a reunion at Give Fitness. So I'm excited for all that too. I just know there's going to be a lot of changes for a while, so we'll see how that goes for sure. But I'm excited to get back at it. Also, Steffi Sanzos has some programs I was looking into.
I nice.
Do one of hers.
That'd be good.
I like her lifting stuff. I use a lot of her Instagram stuff just to get a good workout in at home.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the influencers, fitness influencers I follow have posted workouts that you can do at home because they know we're all in the same situation. Not everybody has a home gym, so with minimal equipment what you can do. I have hit my lips and face on this so much today.
Good. Speak up.
God, I keep smacking it.
I always touch it.
Gross.
It's mine.
That's mine.
Yeah, it's hard for me to work out at home. I can do the bike, but doing
Yeah, but you push yourself. I mean, you don't do it every day. I know you do the bike almost daily, but you know, when I see you bust out the weights and stuff, I mean, you get a good one in. You just don't do it very often.
I think it's more burning. Yeah, I don't know. I just I feel more like I'm going through the motions than I am actually activating any type of atrophy. Not atrophy. See, been away from the gym too long, forgetting the terms. I just feel like I'm going through the motions. So it's hard to get motivated to do that. I'd rather be in the gym doing it. Like you said, we don't have pads on the ground that we can just drop it. So
no, probably go right through the floor.
I know. So
let's not do that.
Anyways, that's yeah, that's what we got going on, and nothing new in our businesses. We're just gonna cruise ahead. But I wanted to touch on one thing before we start moving into. I think Jamie's got one video.
Yeah, it's just a cool thing. It's nothing special.
Other than, and we're not going to get deep in this, other than the Blackout Tuesday that we post on our Instagram, both Jamie and I, you know, she owns a business, I own a business. You know, we're still not at the freedom level we want to be, where we are completely open on this podcast, where we just have no filter.
We're not filtering, we're just not sharing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say like we're not being completely open, because I mean, we're being very honest with everything, but there's so much more we could share, but we're just, I guess, filtering what we're sharing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I wanted to touch on, you know, pretty much both of our silence during these protests and Black Lives Matter, and I think it's just, I think it's our turn to listen right now. Without having the perspective that a minority community has during these tough times right now. Our opinion really doesn't matter. Our what we think is right from wrong. Like, we don't understand the pain and you know, I can't even think of the words right now. The pain that some of these people are going through, and so we both have, I think, trying to be silent and listen rather than spewing out your advice, you know, whether you think this matters, and learning, you know. Some people out there are just trying to still feed their opinion, and I just don't think it's a proper. It's completely okay to have your own opinion, but right now we've just chosen to stay silent and listen and learn. And I've been trying to stay off social media, and it's not working at all, because I get sucked into
rolling a whole lot faster, you know, for sure. And you know, for me, you know, I've talked about one of my favorite influencers, Bella Maria, who I follow. She is actually shut down right now. She is completely turned off her Instagram.
Wow.
Her husband is Black, and so obviously her children. And she's in Dallas, and it's been hard there, and she's just having a really hard time with it.
I didn't know that she was all the way in Texas.
Mm-hmm. And she's been very open about it, you know, very emotional on her stories, but very real, and that's always what I've loved about her. But she goes, I've got to check out, you know, I've got to focus on my family, and there's just, you know, obviously being such a big influencer, she's got a big following, but she also follows a lot too, and everything she's seeing, and you know, she just doesn't want to deal with all the negativity right now, and I don't blame her. So, you know, she did shut down her Instagram. If you click on her, she's not there right now. So I look forward to when she comes back. I hope that her and her family are doing well, but it's real, you know, I mean, so it's real out there, and it sucks, you know, for sure.
Just to really put a pin in it, and so we can move on and not get into the, you know, nastiness of everything. The way that I am feeling right now, or have felt all the time, is to really turn off the news and love your neighbor. Don't let anything that you hear from any news outlet influence the way that you are going to interact with one another. They shouldn't have any influence at all. You know, they're going to talk about politics and push their agenda, but it comes down to how Jamie and I treat the people around us, how you treat the people. What we see on social media shouldn't define how we treat each other. It just shouldn't, and it shouldn't influence your thoughts towards any person. If you're an asshole, you're going to treat other people like an asshole. Turn off the news. I saw this picture today. Turn off the news and love your neighbor. And that's really what it comes down to. I should not see something online and then let that influence how I'm going to treat someone today or tomorrow. So yeah, I just wanted to leave that before we move on, and just it's up to us to treat each other better,
Yeah.
not anything that
It
we
just
see.
sucks. I mean, I just love all people. That's just me,
Yeah.
and I'm not oblivious to what's going on in the world, but at the same time, I don't understand it. I truly don't understand it because I don't think nothing of, that person, that person, that person, that person. Like, they're nice to me, I'm nice to them, and we're friends, we're family, and that's just how I've been, I've always, felt that way. Yeah, so for me, like, to see everything going on and we're basically at war with our own people, it just sucks. I don't like it, but
Yeah.
yeah, I just tried to keep the positivity flowing and scroll past the negativity because
Yeah, and we'll just social media is so hard to get your point across, anyways, because text can be taken out of it can be interpreted any way. So both of us are just going to try to remain as silent as we can. And just
but we're
like
here.
she said, we're here.
We're here. We're
and
learning.
listening.
We're listening.
So
We're taking it in, but we're also supporting. I don't want to say supporting everybody because that's not the case. We're not supporting everybody.
supporting right from wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
So
just love everybody.
Yeah.
Literally.
On that note,
So this was just a cool thing that I saw. I thought it was actually like a big giant fish tank, but it's
a video
it's
screen.
a video. Yeah.
Yeah.
I could sit and watch this for hours. Like,
I'd love to go to Seoul, Korea.
where is that at?
Seoul, South Korea.
Oh, okay. So I forget. I can't even read that right now. My contact's all jacked. So
It says, wow, this is catching people's eyes in Seoul, South Korea. The art installation is on a giant screen and is being described as I need my glasses too, an anamorphic illusion. Some visitors say the virtual waves are so realistic that it looks like the water will overflow.
yeah, before I read that, I thought this really was like this big display of water, like the wave machine at the water park inside this, display. I didn't realize it was just video, and it's beautiful. Like, I would love to sit and watch that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
so
would just sit
cool.
like that and just sit. I don't know if you hear ocean waves or
I know.
music playing in the background because I can music without the video, but that's it.
I
That's
know.
just freaking cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just thought that was really pretty. I just thought that was a pretty cool thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
I have some stupid
These-
memes for you. Really stupid,
Oh,
like
wow.
if I was 5 years old, silly. But they're funny.
Sometimes they're like, all right.
They're like jokes.
They're puns.
How do you
They're-
organize a space party? You plan it. and
it's
it's a
a
picture of all
picture-
the planets. And it said planet, like the planets, not like plan it, PLANIT. Yeah. It's
Now-
planet. How do you organize a space party? You plan it.
Did you get all these 3 pictures from the same website because they all have the same font and the same
it was
art?
somebody shared it and they were all together. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And the next one is how do you put a baby alien to sleep? And it's a baby alien sleeping in a rocket.
Oh my
and it says,
God.
you rock it. You rock it, but it's in a rocket ship. It's so funny. And the last one, everybody needs a good laugh at stupid humor because I'm 5. What do you get when you cross a snowman and a vampire? And it's a snowman with a vampire cape on and little vampire teeth, and it says frostbite.
God damn it.
So cute, though. I thought they were funny. So those are my memes for you. I don't remember what it's from, but I just thought they were silly. I like those kind of things. So
Yeah, I can hear her giggle at these
I
little
did.
puns when
There
she
was
reads
more
them.
of them. I had to narrow it down, or else we would have been here for a while.
Jesus, all right. I'm going to move on to my
Share those with your kids.
I'm going to move on to my quote. It is, without reflection, we go blindly on our way, creating more unintended consequences and failing to achieve anything useful, by Margaret J. Wheatley. The last couple weeks, I've definitely been trying to be more self-aware, but also self-reflecting on what I can do. And Jimmy can attest to this because she's always, trying to, adapt or pivot when she needs to her businesses, and she's always, or at least I see it. I don't know how you feel personally. You're trying to self-reflect and see what you can do differently. to better yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so this one, if you're not self-aware, this quote pretty much speaks for itself, and just going blindly through your day, just on the same path, just going through the motions. I've been trying to be conscious of what I'm doing throughout the day, and trying to make an effort to not let that time go wasted as much, and really moving forward and creating better habits to not spend so much time just watching a show or going through 5 episodes of this, or just having time to being mindful of our time.
And not saying that wasting time is not allowed. You're allowed to indulge in your favorite shows or, podcasts or whatever, enjoy life too. But definitely being mindful of how you spread your time out, though.
Yes.
Is what you're doing getting you closer to where you want to be.
Exactly. And that's what I was going to get at. And I watched this video yesterday, and it was this gentleman who talked about how he created these 5 avenues of wealth for himself. And he gets to like a minute in, and he says, 20 years ago I started such and such doing this. Well, I was reading some of the comments after the video, and he is just getting blown up by maybe 60-70% of the comments of people saying, stop it, a minute and 03, he talks about 20 fucking years ago, like, that's not what I'm here for. Like, nobody's going to listen to that and be like, well, I don't have the time, because everyone wants overnight success. And people were getting pissed that he was like, oh, I started this 20 years ago. And I was just so baffled by the people that, weren't appreciative of the time that he put in to create these 5 avenues of wealth for himself. Like, did you think that he, the only way you could do that is if you won the lottery today, to create that much, different avenues of wealth and spread that, amongst different portfolios and such. And I was just mind boggled by how these people all were so pissed that, they got only a minute in, and he was like, 20 years ago I started doing this, and after I did this, I moved on to this and this. Set up these steps for how he was able to get where he was at today. And I think it's scary that in this moment in time where we do forget to self-reflect, that, 10 years ago, maybe 15 years ago, you had to wait till the 5 o'clock, 5:30 news to get your news for anything local.
Right.
Sports, sometimes you had to, wake up in the morning and check the newspaper for sports scores. Everything is at our fingertips now. You get the news immediately within seconds. You get responses from people within seconds. It's just, we are so caught up in wanting our I'm just blanking on all types of words today. Wanting our immediate reaction, immediate, if that makes any sense. Like, we want everything now.
Yeah.
And I think that if you are a business owner, or looking to do something that you're passionate about, whether it's business or just a hobby, it's going to take you time to become an expert at that. And so I think if you self-reflect, like this quote says, I think if you self-reflect more often and check yourself.
Before you wreck yourself.
Yeah.
Had to.
Whatever.
Had to.
Anyways, I just like that quote.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. Cool deal.
All right.
And mine. A secret to happiness is letting every situation be what it is instead of what you think it should be, and then making the best of it. So I just like that because I feel a lot of people do that. A lot of people just become complacent with where they're at, and even though they know they could do more, they could be more, they could, they deserve more, they stay where they're at, and they just make the best of it. And that's just not how you should live your life. You should be... now I'm blanking on words. Let it be. It is what it is. I don't know. I feel like I'm completely baffled on let it be. So I just really like this.
It's funny because you can tie this into being self-reflective, being self-aware.
I was listening to your quote. I was like, they have some similarities to it.
Because this reminds me of, I forget which book it was reading, but you can literally, if you were in traffic and you're stopped at a stoplight and traffic's not going anywhere, you have to accept that this is a situation you're in. You can't you can't get pissed or stressed or think that it should be any other way.
Right.
There are some times in life, whether you're in a long line at a grocery store or a bank or any other situation, sometimes you have to be self-aware that this moment is what you're in right now, and stressing or getting mad that you're not in another moment doesn't do anything. It's not healthy. You can change your mindset to be positive no matter what the situation, and just accept that this is a situation you're in right now.
Yeah.
You have the power to change what situation you want going forward, but like Jamie said, in this particular moment in time, this is your situation, and just accept it, because if you are currently living in the present, you can't change anything except what you do going forward. So,
right.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I thought so too. Thanks.
Sweet. Anything else that you want to plug or get in? Are you opening up any books, or is it still appointments still going to be pretty designated times only?
I've got Thursdays and Fridays available for booking online.
Yeah.
I'm not excluding other days of the week, but I didn't want to go crazy as I'm easing back into this. Trying to keep my schedule under control as well now that kids are home officially. Like, it's summertime now. Not that it makes a difference. We've been home since March.
I know.
But easing into things, not going crazy. I'm still getting my routine and my groove back. As far as being in a new location, a new spot, it's very different. My clients have paperwork they got to sign now and fill out when they walk in, and you do that on purpose.
What?
Rubbing your leg on mine.
Okay, wife of mine, I can't touch your leg. You touched mine first.
I didn't.
Actually, I felt it, and that's why I started to do this to see if you noticed.
Oh, I noticed.
Fucking weirdo. Jeez, don't touch me. Sicko.
But, slowly get back into it. But I have to say, I don't know, I missed the memo, but weddings in August are blowing up. Like, I'm assuming if that's what people are feeling comfortable with rescheduling their weddings for August, because August is, I have gotten so many messages from brides. I have someone I have to reply back to for a mobile bridal party, which, yes, I do. I don't love mobile, but I will do it for parties and large groups. I will do single mobile tans, but it's not cheap. So, I mean, if you want to do it, you can.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's exciting. I'm so excited to see brides back on my books, because I lost my wedding season due to COVID, and I'm going to lose my fair season due to COVID. But I am really excited come August to see weddings back on the books. Now, I don't know if these are big weddings or if they're keeping it like under 50 people or they're going big. I have no idea, because, I mean, ultimately venues and events and all that are in stage 4, and we're just barely getting in 3. So I don't know, but I'm excited to see some brides on my books. That's my jam.
And speaking of the fair, I actually am a little bummed to see the fair. The fair won't make or break my summer.
Right.
But I am a little bummed to not see it, because
Fair food?
well, not only fair food, but
And my clients?
Jamie, I'm usually the designated driver that will go pick up Jamie and all the girls when they're done with the concerts, which is always a blast because everyone's fucking gone. But, also, Jamie and I usually we'll have a date night at the fair and just go and people watch, chill.
We should take Cruz at least once and do like a day trip and take him into the evening, and then usually we pawn him off and we do our date night and we get our food for the second time. He doesn't like country music, so we don't do country concerts. And the funny thing, when you think about it, though, I go to at least 2 country concerts almost every year, whether I love them or I don't. I go just because I love being with the girls, and we have a blast. But we have not, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I cannot think of one concert that you and I have attended at the fair of an artist that we both enjoy.
No,
that's weird, huh? Considering how much he and I both love music. Like, I was thinking about that. I was like, we have not gone to a fair concert together. There hasn't been an artist that we both loved enough to go, Tech Nine and, the Squad haven't come to the fairs.
or
City and Color, or,
Yeah, it hasn't been anyone
Bruno
enough.
Mars we both really like.
Was he at the fair?
No.
No?
I don't think so. If he was, I don't know. I actually think I've primarily done country concerts, not so much hip-hop or anything either. But yeah, so I was like, we love music and concerts, but we haven't had a fair one.
The only one I probably would have gone to see recently, and because I actually worked it, maybe I'll change my mind, was Garth Brooks. But because I worked security out at the airport for that, it was such a shit show that it was hard for anybody to get fucking tickets to that. So
crazy day, crazy night. But yeah, so I know I'm sad about the fair food.
Yeah,
There's something about fair food I just love.
Yeah.
And I do. You know, I never thought, if you had asked me 20 something years ago about going to fairs, I would have laughed and been like, gross. You know, I never thought I would say, I love the fair. I enjoy going to the fair.
But we actually do walk through the vendors and see the cool, what everybody has to offer,
sure.
It's just, yeah, there's something fun about and just being outside, whether it is always fucking hot.
Yeah.
You're walking around and just, it's a nice relaxation if you're not drunk.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of that too. I'm not a big fan of hanging out super late into those times. I usually end up pooping out. If the girls do have me drinking, I'm usually exhausted by 11. But anyway.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys, that's all we got this week. I got nothing else. Hopefully, we'll have our reaction video soon of. I'm excited for the Japanese candy, the real Japanese candy.
Oh, I know. I haven't asked.
So,
I mean, I have no idea as far as shipping goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know if she sent it. You know, it sounds like she did, but at
probably
the same
stuck
time,
in customs.
I'll be rude, be like, "Hey, girl."
No, no.
When are you coming?
No.
But I'm excited to try it too.
Yeah. So, anyways, guys.
It'd be cool if we could, like how we're gonna do with Alex, log in with her somehow, so she could walk us through like what we're doing.
That'd be cool.
It'd be kind of fun.
Yeah,
I know
that'd
she would be down to do it.
I know. You have to find out. We could work that. Yeah. Yeah, that would be sick. So, anyways, we thank you all. We hope you all are safe. Love everybody. Treat everybody well. And go follow us on Salty Blowie on Instagram. That's starting to pick up. Some of the
Spotify and iTunes.
And Spotify and
I
iTunes.
need to do that too.
Oh, jeez. I don't know. Did you download this week's episode? No, I forgot.
No, I do.
But yeah, and then go subscribe on YouTube at Red Bash Media. So, yeah, more coming at you guys. Let us know if this episode went smoother.
Compared to what?
Usually we go. Today we just winged it. We
did.
just got in the flow of talking.
Which I like. I'm more of a let's wing it type of person. He is more of a itinerary, and I think it's just because so we don't go off track and start rambling for 2 hours and you guys get nothing out of it.
To me, the itinerary only works if we segue well or transition well.
Yeah.
I don't like it when it's okay. Now we have to move to this. I like the transition, the smooth transition of talking.
But sometimes you do that though in your path.
Because sometimes we have. That's what I mean. I only like it when it's a smooth transition. So that you pulled that. You didn't just move it.
Because it was bugging me. It wasn't meshing. It wasn't meshing with your pearls.
All right, guys. Well, enjoy your weekend. We're going to take off here now and enjoy our weekend. So hope you guys do the same.
Peace.
Love you all. Bye.